Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Munya. I'm a chartered certified accountant, I'm a business coach and a trainer. I'm going to wear my hat as an accountant and teach about bookkeeping. What exactly is bookkeeping and why should you do your bookkeeping all the time? A lot of people who are in business, they really don't understand the reason why they should do their bookkeeping every month. They just come to me or to other accountants when they need a tax compliance, when they need a tax clearance. Maybe they want to buy a house or they want to buy a car. But any other time, they don't understand the need for them to have bookkeeping done. They don't really care if they have bookkeeping done or not. So I would like to explain to you what exactly is bookkeeping and why you really need to make sure your bookkeeping is done every month. I advise every month. As long as you are trading, you are in business, you need to do it every month. If you are very small, that you cannot afford to have a bookkeeper to do your books, maybe you need to also have something that you use, a system that you are going to be recording your books, recording your transactions, your sales, your expenses, and check what's going on in your business. Let me start about what is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is a process whereby you put together your transactions from different sources, maybe from your invoices, from your bank statements. You put everything together to get a summary of what is happening in your business. Let me give you an example of a bank statement. When you are having your bank statement for your business, you will see that there's so many transactions on a day basis. You can have 100 or 150 transactions. Some are sales for people who are paying into your business, or some are expenses that you are incurring. If you leave that like that, all your bank statements are coming. Whether you have them all, they are not going to give you any summary. You just go back, you check, you see all the different transactions. But what does that mean? It means nothing. Because that is data. It's not information. Information is something that can give you a decision, something that can give you a report, an understanding of what is happening in your business. So if there is data scattered everywhere, it means nothing to you. You just said your bank statements, yes, but what do they mean? Nothing. So when we are doing bookkeeping, we are going to put all this data together to come up with a summary report, which is information you need for your business. So let's say you process your bank transaction, all your transactions for the month. Imagine how many transactions you have in a month. Let's say if you are having 100 transactions a day. So in a month, you might be having 3,000 transactions. Or you can have 1,000 transactions for the whole month. So we are going to take all that information, each transaction by each transaction, and we allocate it to its what can I say to you? I'm used to the accounting language, but I want to make it simple. So we're going to select every transaction and allocate it to where it belongs. Is it an expense? We're going to allocate this expense is for telephone. So everything that is telephone, we're going to put it in the telephone expense. If it sales, meaning the money that you have received from your customers, we are going to put everything into the sales. At the end of that report, you are going to just have one figure that will show you how much you have made in sales for that particular month. And how much have you made in expenses for that particular month. These expenses, remember, you don't incur one category of expenses. When you're running a business, there's many different expenses, especially if you are someone who is doing many different things, you have many different categories, and also depending on the industry that you are in. Some people have fewer expenses, some have lots of expenses. So we are going to allocate to each expense group. If it's telephone expenses, you're buying airtime, all the airtime is going to sit there. If it's internet, all the internet is going to be there. If it's your purchases, meaning some things that you are buying from your supplier, it's going to be there. If it's your printing, it's going to be on printing. Every category of expense is going to be allocated accordingly and your sales accordingly. So this report is going to make you understand what has transpired in my business in this particular month. Which expense was so big? And what is the reason? Let's say you see your cost of sales, your purchases from your suppliers, it's so high. You need to understand the reason why it's so high compared maybe to last month. Is it because you did a lot of sales? Or is it because the prices were increased by the suppliers? What could be the reason? And you see, when you are doing that, you now need to decide to say, based on the information that I have, what do I need to do so that I can make more profit? What do I need to do so that I can cut these expenses? What can I do so that my sales can grow? Let's say you see last month your sales were very high. You were like double what you have done in this particular month. You are going to ask yourself, what could have made my sales to drop? Was it because last month I had promotions? I had sales? Or what could be the strategy that I used last month to push my sales, which I did not use in this particular month, which made me drop in sales? So the bookkeeping element, the reason why you need to do it is for you to make decisions that will help your business to grow. It's a story on its own. It's going to tell you what has happened. And it's going to show you areas that need improvement. Let's say you are going to see your telephone expense is now like 5,000 rand and you are used to doing 1,000. Obviously, you need to understand why. How could it go so high? Did I make so many calls? Is it justified? Or there was an error somewhere or something went wrong? So this is the reason why you need to do your bookkeeping. It gives you the information that you need to decide on how you are going to manage your business going forward to the next month. As a manager, as a director, as the owner of the business, you need to sit down and understand those figures. Are they making sense? Is there something you need to do? Is there an improvement that is required? That is number one. That was the reason why you need to do your bookkeeping. The second reason why you need to do your bookkeeping is for you to plan for tax. You need to plan for your tax. You need to see where you are as a business. How much profit are you sitting on? What implications does it have on your tax? How much are you going to pay in taxes? And you need to start planning, putting aside the money for tax. You don't want to say, okay, now tax amount is due, and you don't even have any money for taxes. And you need a tax clearance, but you haven't paid your tax. You're not going to get it. So you need to understand that bookkeeping is not for you to get a loan or whatever. It's for you to grow your business, to manage issues of your business, to understand your tax obligations, and to plan for it. Another thing, why you need to do your bookkeeping and why you need to do your tax on time, you are always compliant when you are doing your things. There's no way you are going to run around everywhere looking for bank statements, looking for this. I always see people who come and say, you know what, I've not done my taxes for 3 years. And now SARS is on me, is chasing me. They want me to do the tax. And I'm like, why are you not doing the tax? No, I was not making money. No, I didn't need anything. But now, SARS is following me. Now I need to do it because SARS need their tax return. Then I'm like, okay, let's look for the bank statements. Give me the bank statements. Give me the invoices. There's nothing. There's nothing. This person doesn't even have bank statements. Doesn't even have anything. Nothing is there. Now you tell someone to go back to the bank and ask for those statements and they need to pay a lot of money. But if you are doing it as a monthly thing, you always have your information. You always have all the documentation together because you pull them to give to your bookkeeper to process information or for yourself to process your information, whatever way. So you are going to have your things together and you're going to be compliant all the time because you are managing your things, you are managing your documents and everything. So it is important to make sure that bookkeeping is done. Bookkeeping is not something that is like you can do it voluntarily. It's something that you have a choice to do or not to do. I'm saying if you have a company that is registered, that is running, you need to do your bookkeeping properly for tax as well. But even if you have no registered company, you're doing your side hustle, you need to still have a system where you do your record keeping for you to see, am I making a profit? Am I making a loss? Is this business viable? What do I need to change? What do I need to do? How do I improve my business based on the information that I have? Texts, figures, numbers, they have a story. They talk. They talk. When you put the figures together, they don't lie. They tell you exactly what's going on. There are so many people who always say, I'm making a lot of money. In their head, they are making money. They forget these expenses that they're also incurring. But because they are not doing any record keeping, they are not doing any bookkeeping, they think they're making money while they're making losses and the business is suffering. And this is the reason why you see some people are always going back and back and back. They don't have the money to pay the obligations. They don't have money to pay their tax. They don't have money to pay their employees or to do the orders because they are not managing their bookkeeping properly. They don't have the information on what's going on, what needs to be improved. Am I making money or losses? Where should I cut to make more profit? Or what should I do to make more profit? So bookkeeping, if you have a registered business, I tell you, you have no option. You have to do it. You have to do it and be ready for when you need even your tax compliance. But the most important reason is for you to be able to manage your business, to understand how you should do certain things, and to give you direction. Because when you don't have any information, you are just going blindly. You are just thinking, I'm making money, but you are not. You are not making money because you are thinking, you see the sale coming in, 1,000 rand comes in, 2,000 comes in, you are like, I'm making money. But there are expenses going out. You are not accounting for them. So when you are doing your bookkeeping, it gives you direction. Where are you coming from? Where are you going? You are here. Where next? You need to go this way or go this way or go back to the drawing board and start and strategize. It gives you the direction. It gives you a clear picture of where your business is and how you need to make it grow. So bookkeeping is a mandatory. You need us accountants. You need to come to us to do your books, to teach you how to read those statements. When we give you those management accounts, when you receive a report from your accountant, from your bookkeeper, you should be able to understand, what do these figures mean? What is the problem? Is there an issue in my business? I need to understand what's going on because that is very important. When you sit down every month to close off your month, to say, what have I done? What has happened? When you get that report, it's a good time to sit down, go through the report, understand the report, do whatever you need to do based on the report. Thank you so much for listening. See you in the next video.